Welcome back. The UAE has been playing an active part in the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank Group annual meetings over the past 5 days in Tokyo, Japan, represented by the UAE Minister of State for Financial Affairs, His Excellency Obaid Humaid Al Tayed. Al Tayed said the meeting discussed the progress made on increasing the IMF's capital, recommendations to continue reforms of governance, as well as a report on multi-party supervision by the IMF. His Excellency also urged both parties to give more attention to Arab countries through structural reforms and development of education. Additionally, according to reports from news agency WAM, Arab countries called on the IMF and the World Bank to boost their reforms through offering advice on economic policies, financial support, and the selection of the best policies for the development of private sectors and economies. They also called on the World Bank and IMF to expand their programs and provide financial assistance to the Palestinians to help them build a viable economy. Telecom operator Etisalat has announced the launch of 300 megabits per second speeds, allowing super-fast access to content, gaming, video streaming, social media downloads, and much more. Etisalat is looking to fully cover the country with its 4G network by 2015 and is set to launch the blazing 10 times faster internet speeds for residential customers by the end of October this year. The eLife service currently offers up to 100 megabits per second, home broadband double or triple play options for customers. According to news agency WAM, Rashid Majid Al-Alaba, Vice President of Home Products Marketing for Etisalat, was quoted as saying that the commercial launch of the region's highest speeds is a major milestone in the fibre optic rollout plan for the UAE. And the Dubai Electricity and Water Authority has awarded a 2 billion dirham maintenance contract to Siemens International. According to a local paper, the deal aims to enhance efficiency, improve quality, reduce costs and ensure efficient operation of its substations. The 12 to 15-year program is for the maintenance of 6 gas turbines and 6 power generators in the Emirates' biggest power generation and water desalination station at Jebel Ali. The contract will also see Siemens provide manpower and equipment for the overhaul of the turbines to operate for 100,000 hours. With that, let's now look at the stock indices across the GCC. Markets closed the week on a rather bearish note following downbeat future growth forecasts from the IMF. The IMF said that global growth will slow to 3.3%, down from a previous reading of 3.6%. Looking at the week ahead, the global growth story will remain in focus as China is set to announce data which will provide a key insight into how the country is responding to recent measures from their central bank. To further shed light on this, we earlier spoke with Gaurav Kashyap, the head of the DGCX desk at Al-Pari Middle East.
It was a largely eventful week for the financial markets last week, which was highlighted by the downgrade in growth forecast by the IMF to 3.3%, down from 3.6%. This was followed by a rather downbeat earnings report for the third quarter for several largely capped US stock companies, and this sentiment has carried on into trading this week. Now, overall, what we saw last week in trading really took the wind out of risk sentiment, and we can expect more of the same in the trading week ahead. By far what we'll be watching for the week ahead will be a key slew of economic data coming from China. We're expecting the GDP reading from China to come in at 7.3%, which is below the previous reading of 7.4%. We're also going to get industrial production figures from China. So markets will be really watching to see how China is going to recover, or how the data will be responding to actually a global slowdown as highlighted by the IMF last week. Also coming out from the US, we have consumer price index, which is not going to be too surprising. It's expected in at 1.9%. And over in the UK, we have a slew of data also coming out with regards to consumer prices, which is expected to not be too much of a trouble for the Bank of England. Unemployment figures are expected to show an increase and improvement following a pretty busy summer over in the UK. So overall, we expect to continue to see very choppy trading conditions, but with the bias towards risk off, which means that US dollar should be pretty well supported in trading this week.